Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and those are some samples we did last time with this Hinger Tambourine here. And this will be part 3 of my sampling video, and we're going to do lots more samples and move a little more quickly as we're getting used to the system. I want you to know how it works, how quickly we can move through sampling. So I'll be recording the screen today here with a screenshot. I would definitely suggest looking over the past videos, especially the sampling, the first 2 sampling videos that I've already posted, as well as just the playlist that's dedicated to this SPD-SX Pro. There's a lot of stuff on there already. We'll be doing a lot of videos in this series. So like I said, today we'll be moving through the samples. I'm using a hypercardioid Schoeps CMC6 mic with a baffle in front of it, set to hypercardioid, so there's a little node in the back. You want to block that off from the rest of the room so we can get a nice, clean, dry sample. This is just my speaking mic here. I have a camera in back of me, and we're doing a screenshot, and then this camera I'm talking to right now. So we'll be moving between the cameras, and I'll try to show you a close-up of the pad here. So the first thing you want to do is enter the edit menu. So you hit menu, and then you're going to go to where it says wave. So you'll scroll over to wave, and you'll scroll down to sampling and hit enter. Okay, so you got to get there first. Now, if you remember from the last time, the recording source is input because we're coming from the mic, so we're inputting into the Roland unit with the preamp. And then the recording audio trigger level, for now, since we're playing loud sounds, it's going to be on 10. 10's the highest. Okay, since we're going to do some loud hits first, and then we'll change that in a minute. And we're recording, the channel mode is mono, since it's just one mic, not stereo. And my recording level is plus 15 decibels. I'm controlling most of this with my preamp, so I'm not really worried about that too much right now. So what you want to do is, it's in stopped mode, so you want to hit standby. Okay, and you'll see that the screen does that as well on my computer. And we're going to do basically a closed fist hit on the tambourine, which is very loud. So we'll do a trial here, and we're going to cancel it out, and we're going to look at our meters. So that's pretty loud, right? So what we're going to do, since it's so loud, is just knock our preamp down 1 click, which is about 5 dBs, and we'll do it again. That's more like it. That's hitting about -6, which is safe. All right, you don't want it to distort. You want to leave some headroom there. Then we're going to go into standby again, and now you'll notice when I'm talking, it doesn't trigger it. When I hit this fist shot, it'll trigger it. So here we go. And then we'll hit stop. So that's our first sample. It'll be a fist shot. And what we'll do is we'll preview it here. And that came out of the amp there. It's not very loud. And then we're going to hit wave edit on the SPD. And you see the wave there. To get it into this machine, you've got to do one step. Don't forget, you hit save on the SPD, and then don't worry about pad assign or naming it right now. We'll do that in the computer. We'll hit execute. Now it's going to send it to the computer. Okay, because you'll be looking for it all day on the computer, but it won't show up until you do that. Then what I would suggest is just getting out of this screen, just hit exit. So when we test it on the pad, it'll come up right away. All right, so now we're over here, and this will come up as wave. You see it here on the bottom, 01751. So we'll hit that, we'll check it. There it is. Okay, and then we'll hit wave edit. So then we're going to zoom in with this right arrow, and this looks good. It looks like it started right on the hit. Yeah. So we're fine. And then let's listen to the end of it. That's pretty good. We got a little bit of jingle happening, but that's normal. Okay, so I'm going to leave that just like it is. And then we're going to test it on the pad. So then we're going to hit close. Then we're going to name it. And to name it, you remember you right click and you hit rename. I'm going to call this Hinger Fist. And hit OK. Now we're going to assign it to a pad. So let's assign it to pad 6. Just drag it over. And then we'll have it here. So pretty good. And here's our regular hit. See how ringy that is? The fist is more articulate. All right, so you see the difference between the samples. You especially hear the muffle when I hit the tambourine. You hear the muffle, it doesn't ring. So it's staccato or marcato. Okay, so the next sample we'll do a shake roll with an attack in the beginning and the end. So this time, I'm just going to start it and then do it. I'm not going to rely on my standby mode. So we'll hit start. Let me pick up the tambourine first. And we'll check that. So let's process it now. We hit wave edit. All right. And then we hit save. And it goes over to the machine. We'll check it here. Takes a second to get in there. There it is, okay? And so what we'll do is we'll edit it, hit wave edit, and you see there the 2 hits, all right? So this is sort of a one-stop thing. Normally, when I do tambourine on these pads, I'll have a hit with the roll, and then it won't hit, and then I'll have another hit. So I can end it wherever I want. And the pad will actually cut the other one off, kind of like a hi-hat open and closed. But we'll edit this for the sake of this educational video. And to do that, we're going to enlarge it a little. S equals start. Get it pretty close, enlarge it even more, and get it even closer. So that means when you hit that pad, it's going to be instantaneous. Pretty good. Okay, and then let's get our ending. Now to get the ending, you get back to your end point, you can just hit that dial. That's a little shortcut, all right? And then just keep going, and it'll keep sucking it in. It's quite a lot of time before I did anything. Let's shrink it down so we can see. There we go. We're pretty close. And then we can do it manually. All right, let's listen to that. I think that's good. And then we hit close, and then we'll name it, and that will be Shake 2 Hits. That's what I'll call it. And unfortunately, I gotta say it's Hinger because so I know what it is. So Hing, Shake, 2 Hits. And actually what I'll do is I'll abbreviate Shake. Sometimes the thing that takes the longest is deciding on a name. SK, 2 Hits. That's good. All right, and there's my sample. And then I'll assign it to a pad. Let's put it on pad 8 for now. And we'll get out of this. And pad 8 is here. So now, one thing I do want to show you in this video, we'll go into this in some other videos, is once you've got that in there, you can tune it. So that's the only sample here. So you see I'm going to coarse, which means a lot of change. I'm going to make this tambourine higher. It's very humid in North Carolina in June. So everything, especially the tambourines, are lower since they have animal skin heads. Sounds more like a Von Craft tambourine now. All right, so you can really tune the heck out of it. Let's make it a little lower. But the idea is you can tune it. You can make the decay shorter or longer. You have a lot of things that you can do after the fact. Okay, so that's that. All right, let's do another one, and then we'll call it just because this will take all day if we keep going. But I want to do a really short thumb roll. So something like this. So those are useful without an ending. We can always, again, do the hit on the pad. So let's set it up now. What we do is we don't have to use this for that, but we'll go back to Menu, Sampling, Enter, and then we're going to start. Now, since this doesn't have an actual attack, I'm going to still keep it on standby, and I'll start it manually, which means I'll have to go in there and edit it. So let's do it. All right, so I did 4 in a row. I choose the best one. They all sounded the same to me. So, but let's just see. Let's preview it. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. So I don't have to worry about that. I'll go in here, hit save, hit execute, bring it up on here. All right, now wait a second for it to show up. There it is. Hit it. All right, now what we're going to do, before we rename it, we'll edit it, and you see the 4 there. Let's see here. Let's preview them one more time. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards the last one. Let's try that. So if we do that, we'll do this. We'll make it bigger so we can get closer to it. We'll preview it. Nice. And then let's do the ending. And remember, to get grab the endpoint, you just hit this dial, and then we're going to, oops, go a little closer. There we go. Let's let it ring a little bit longer. Pull out the ending point. Good. All right. So, and then we'll close. Now, thumb roll, this one isn't real loud. We can always make it louder with this volume knob here. All right. After we get it on the pad, that is. So let's name it. All right. Now, remember, name it. You right click, rename, and we'll call it, got to highlight it, Hinger Short Thumb. Is there room for a B? There is. Let's do SHT. Okay. All right, now let's drag that over somewhere. Let's see, pad 9. Let's see what we got. Remember, you got to get out of here. That's one thing that you got to remember. That's a longer one. Shorter one. And let's do a hit. Okay, now the pitch is higher because I raised the pitch. So if I wasn't happy with that, if I wanted a medium thumb roll, this is what I do. I'm going to do this fast now. Okay, Menu, Enter, Standby, Tambourine, Start, Stop. Now I don't have to preview it, all right? I'm going to wave edit, save, execute. Now I'm over here. Wait a couple seconds, it'll show up. Bring it up. Wave edit. Let's listen to the last one. Well, let's listen to them all. Start. It's the last one. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this over. Sometimes it's a little bit touchy, like that. Okay, now this one I want to get right away. And thumb rolls is a little bit of a starting point, so we may start sooner. Let's cut it. Let's start here. There we go. You see how I cut into that wave? All right, let's do the ending. Hit end point, and we're going to bring it over quite a bit till we see the ending, and preview. Let's give it a little more ring. Good. All right, close. And this will be thumb roll medium. And we'll name it. And Hinger MED. Okay. Now naming it takes still a little bit, but man, on here naming it, that would take me like a minute and a half to do it. Just finding the letters and the numbers and all that stuff. Okay, and then we're going to pull it to a pad. Let's put it up here. Pad 2. Let's see what that sounds like. Oops, got to get out of here. Always remember that. And this was our other one. So, short, medium, short. So, all right, so. To time it. And again, I'll show you another video where I cut it off, so. All right, we got them tuned a little differently, but there we go. So you'd have a whole pad of one tambourine, 9 different sounds. So I hope you enjoyed this. After we get off here, I'm going to do some leg sounds, some different soft sounds and all. I will do another video, one more, where I'm just moving through the sounds, and you'll see how I do it. I won't be talking much. Okay, and again, these are all optional if you want to watch them, but you'll see the workflow once more. But this is how you do it, a little quicker. Each video we're doing, we're getting a little bit faster, and if you follow along with me, you'll become super fast and efficient at it. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.